Hello there, welcome back to my channel. My name is Matt. Today I'm gonna try the whole pick a card thing. It'll be my first time doing it, so we'll see how it goes. But basically just how it works is you're gonna pick between pile 1, 2, and 3 by going with your intuition. Whatever stone you connect with, whatever pile you connect with. Here, pile 1, we're using the Buffy Tarot with the Lapis Lazuli stone. This is the Londa Tarot with the Fire Agate, and here we have the True Black Tarot with the Clear Quartz. So you can pause the video. I'll give it a second here for you to pick, and then we'll start with the piles. This message is what Spirit wants you to know right now. So yeah, pause the video, take a breath, take 3 breaths, and just tune in for a moment, and we'll get going. Hi there, pile 1. So you picked the Buffy Tarot with the Lapis Lazuli. So let's tap into what Spirit wants you to know right now. And I'm shuffling off camera right now just because that's what works for me. Maybe at some point in the future I'll find a system to shuffle in front of the camera that works better. That is the 7 of Cups. Excuse me. Emperor. So yeah, we're gonna pull your tarot first, and then I do have some oracle cards that we can pull for additional information, additional messages. The 4 of Wands. Come on now. All right. Oh, there we go. Ooh, hoo, hoo, hoo. 2 of Cups. Cool. So we'll start with these. Y'all, I'm clearing my throat a lot, and I can already tell that that's because recording on camera is activating my throat chakra and any blocks that I might be working on with that. So thank you for your patience with that. I'm very aware of it. Okay. So normally the 7 of Cups talks about options, choices. It can talk about confusion, like having so many options that you don't know what to choose, or being afraid that you're going to make the wrong choice. But it can also talk about imagination. It can talk about sort of like the 5D astral realm, the higher dimensions. And I don't know, with you guys, I am feeling this sense of imagination and this sense of expanding your mind somehow. The word unconventional is also coming through. So for some reason that's making me think of like expanding your mind through, I don't know, plant medicine or something like that. I'm not going to be the one to be like, yeah, go do drugs or anything like that. But it feels with this like there's something spirit wants to show you that's beyond your everyday 3D world. That could even be through watching film, reading books, but it's like there's something about creativity and getting lost in another world that's coming through. Like, I don't know why, like, things like Harry Potter, Narnia, Lord of the Rings, Percy Jackson, I think that's what that's called. For some reason, this is reminding me of that. Or Buffy, I mean, this is the Buffy Tarot deck. That's a whole world to get lost in. So that's one angle. To sort of tap into that like fantasy, and spark your creativity and imagination. But then for others of you who may be watching, there is a sense of like not knowing, like looking ahead at the future, which of course doesn't exist yet, so it's kind of in this imagination realm, and seeing all of these different potential timelines and like not being sure whatsoever what is gonna occur, like what timeline you're locking into. You know, it could even be like there are multiple love interests in your kind of field of awareness, and you don't know which one is the one for you to really go for and invest in. It's like I have a feeling like you have all these ideas about what you know you could do and what you know you're good at, but it's just a matter of, like I said, investment and where do I put my energy for my highest good? What is the right move for me right now? Like I feel like travel for some of you, a job, multiple job options. It's just kind of like, okay, where am I going? What am I doing? But for some reason, it's like, yes, there's confusion now, but the vibe that this card is giving me at the moment with the rest of these cards is not anything for you to worry about. It might just be where you are currently in your headspace. Because interestingly enough, it's next to the Emperor card, which is all about certainty, empowerment, stability, authority, your inner authority. Like, yeah, it's kind of the more masculine energy, but in this card you have Buffy and her throne, like boss ass bitch vibes kind of coming through. So, you know, whether there's confusion now or not, you're coming into a place of like stability and assuredness and empowerment. So maybe before even like making a decision, before clarity comes in, because this is about like fogginess, maybe like not having clarity, it's like, don't worry about all that. Don't worry about the outside. Don't worry about like what's coming in. Just worry about, no, don't worry. Don't worry. That's the wrong wordage. Just be good with you. Know your power. Know that you are getting everything you need. Know that the universe has your back. Know that spirit has your back. Like, find that clarity just within yourself about who you are, your inner authority, your inner stability. Because when you do that, then none of this is like a threat, right? when you come into your own inner power, that's very grounding. And she is grounded here. She's planted on a stone throne here. And you've got like plants and flowers and stuff. So yeah, very earthy energy. Although the Emperor is ruled by fire, it's an Aries card. But Aries is a very powerful sign. And like, it feels like maybe you have some lingering like past energies trying to like, wait for me. Don't forget about me. Or like, you know, don't leave me behind. But it's just like you're not looking at what's dead in the ground and what might be trying to come out of the ground. You're like, I'm good. I got my tools. I'm armed with spiritual knowledge, with more knowledge about who I truly am in my power. And yeah, maybe I don't know exactly what the future holds. Maybe there is some confusion about which timeline I'm stepping into. But I'm good with myself right now. I'm present. I'm in the moment. I'm appreciating myself. Even if things are uncertain around me, outside of me, I can always come back to myself. And usually when the universe makes circumstances around you confusing, unclear, that is a call back to yourself. That is the universe nudging you, guiding you back into yourself. Okay, so if everything's up in the air, if everything's scattered and confused and clouded, what do you have? You have yourself. And this is a very empowering place to be guided to. And it's still okay to think about the options, the different potentials ahead of you. It's okay. But when you're unsure, you just pray and say, I allow in only that which is for my highest good. I am aligned with my highest self, my most empowered self, and the timeline I am calling in supports that version of myself. Because if you're operating only from this energy and not this energy, you kind of feel like you're at the mercy of the universe and just like whatever's thrown at you, like you're not really sure. You're just kind of like, okay, you know. But when you're in this energy, whatever comes your way, you trust is providing support for that. And that creates stability, which the Four of Wands here denotes. Stability, celebration, happiness, union. I just always get really magical vibes from the Four of Wands. I mean, we'll get to this in a second. The fact that the Four of Wands is next to the Two of Cups, definitely picking up like divine union energy, thriving union, partnership, romance. Divine partnership doesn't always have to be romance, of course. In this scenario, I'm kind of getting that vibe, but, you know, take it how it fits your situation. I know Buffy's sparring with an enemy, with a vampire here, but, and this is in front of the high school, but I don't know, it's kind of, it kind of feels like a dance in a weird way, is the vibe I'm getting. So it's kind of like you're dancing with life. You're dancing through life. You're dropping the baggage. You're dropping the extra weight. And you're going off and playing on the Four of Wands can also talk about your home environment, happy home. It can talk about moving house. That could be coming up for some of you. That could be one of these options or potential timelines that you're concerned about, is like moving, location. But, you know, the presence of this card alone makes me feel like that's being taken care of. That your environment situation, your home situation is being brought into balance and harmony. This is a very harmonious card. And because you have the sign Welcome to Sunnydale, where Buffy lives, that's kind of giving me the energy that you are being ushered as you embody your power. You're being ushered into the space that you fit, where you belong. You're being guided into like the new, like it almost reminds me of like in Jurassic Park when they're driving up to the park and you just see the big gateway with Jurassic Park. And it's just really majestic, and you know that there's an adventure waiting on the other side. That's the vibe that this is kind of giving me. So it's like you're being ushered into this new space where it's like, welcome. Welcome to your new adventure. There's like an excitement there, for sure. And definitely, I'm feeling if you have someone special in your life already, or if you're inviting that in, if you're single and you're, you know, you've been ready for a relationship that's serious and committed, that definitely feels like it's coming in. We have the Two of Cups here, which is all about, you know, divine union, love, partnership, emotional reciprocation. Yeah. You've got someone good coming. If you don't already have somebody, you've got somebody lined up for you already. Like, meaning you don't have to. I feel like if you're choosing this pile, you've already kind of like weighed all the different types of people that you could potentially be with. You've been with people enough already where you kind of know what you want, is what I'm getting. And it's like now the energy's aligned for this, the right person to come in. So even if you do have options, it's like the right person is going to make themselves very clear to you, very known, and there won't be any mistaking it, you know? One of you might be blonde, the other might be a brunette. That's just, you know, shot in the dark there. But we have Buffy and Faith, the yin and the yang. Buffy, it sort of represents the, I guess you could say the light aspect of the Slayer. And Faith is sort of like the dark side, the shadow, the bad girl. So, yeah. Sorry about that, Pile One. Had some environmental distractions for a moment there. Maybe you're going through some environmental issues at the moment, but like I was saying with the Four of Wands here, it's like that's all balancing out. But yeah, whatever partner is coming in for you, they're going to be very aligned at the heart. You're going to feel it immediately in the heart space, this sense of emotional warmth, the sense of understanding, mutual understanding, almost without even having to speak to one another. I feel a telepathic bond. I feel, a lot of communication through the heart center. That feels really good. And I think this connection is going to bring a lot of clarity. Again, you might have multiple connections sort of around you or in your field of awareness, but there's one that's going to be very significant where it just stands out among the rest. And it feels like what this feels like is it's aligning with your highest self, with this empowered version of yourself. That's what's coming in. And yeah, so you're going to know that this is the right person just because you are in your power. You're feeling good about yourself. You're feeling like you're expressing your truest self, like, and that's not to say that you have to like be exactly where you want to be, because, we're in a process, but you should feel like you're appreciating yourself for how you're operating and showing up, and B, you will be very seen and appreciated and recognized by this other person for being that version of yourself. And they will be like that too, meaning, again, you're meeting at the same level. You're not having to lower your vibration, change yourself in any kind of way. It's very easeful and natural, and of course it might catch you by surprise. You might be like, whoa, I don't meet people like this all the time. And there will be that dancing energy, of just like easeful back and forth, very organic. And, there might be some initial kind of like doubting, confusion energy, just because maybe that's where you've been used to being. So your mind goes to that initially. Or, this person might come in and you still kind of are looking at all your options and assessing what is really the best for you. But I just feel like it'll be pretty clear. Okay, so that's your tarot. We're going to pull a Sacred Rebel Oracle deck by Alana Fairchild. And what does pile 1 need to know from Spirit? Thank you, Spirit. What does pile 1? Okay. Wow. Receiving. So, yeah. You're stepping into your era of receiving what is meant for you, receiving what you've been asking for. This is a feminine energy. So maybe you identify more with the feminine energy, but it's not about you controlling the circumstances. It's, again, just about you being in your power and trusting that that is enough to magnetize and attract all that you need to you. And you being willing to accept what the universe brings you. She's drinking from this, is it a shell? Well, either way, it's a cup of divinity, and she's drinking from it. So it's just in your ability to be able to receive good things and, drink from the cup, It's amazing. Okay, so that is your oracle. We will now pull from the Untamed Truth deck, which I got from Etsy. I don't even know if they're still making this, but I got it a few years ago, so it's this deck. Let us see. Pile 1. What does Spirit want me to know? Okay. Choice. Okay. So in leaning into your feminine power, that includes feeling all of your emotions with the water here. The stones here are showing me that solid, stable foundation that was coming through the cards earlier. So you're definitely building a solid foundation within yourself. Because the rocks are stacked within this like sea, this body of water, it feels like so much of your foundation, your new foundation is going to be built as soon as you can feel the things that are wanting to come up for you emotionally. So sometimes that's easier said than done. Sometimes we don't always know how to tap into our emotions, especially emotions that are buried. Generally, the emotions that want to come up will come up. They come up at the right time. You can't always force it, right? But, you know, if you've been through hell and back, if you've experienced hardship, if you've experienced disappointment and frustration, it's okay to see that, to acknowledge that, and to be upset. If you've been confused, because that confusion energy was coming up. If you've had expectations for yourself and you haven't been able to meet them, and you feel disappointed and angry, it's okay. Feel it. But it's funny because with the 7 of Cups at the beginning there, that was all about choices and confusion and not being sure which choice to make. This talks about choice. So trust that the right choices for you are going to be aligned with the highest version of you, not the broken version of you, not the sad version of you. That's why feel the emotions so that you can release them. Don't hold those emotions within your body so that you're making choices based on those emotions, if that makes sense. Because then the things that you're choosing are going to be in alignment with those old emotions. Feel the emotions, clear them out so that there's a new, fresh foundation for the choices that you do make, and that the only thing left standing is you and your empowerment and everything that you've accumulated as far as like your wisdom, your experience, all of that, your strength, your inner reserves. Make your choices from that space of, this is who I am, I've been on a journey and it's leading me and moving me forward. So I'm going to make the choice that aligns with that evolved person that I am becoming now, not going backwards. Cool. So those are those. I am going to pull one last Angel Answers card. Now, if you want to, you can ask a question and we'll see what comes up. Have a question in mind. If you don't have a question in mind, we can just see what comes up and if it resonates. These are just very simple cards, answers. The situation will improve. There you go. So if things have been confusing, like we were saying, things are improving. You're coming into your power. You're getting all of those things that you want. Things are getting better. You're moving towards the light here. And again, with these dolphins and fish and stuff, it gives me the energy of like your guides are with you. Dolphins are extremely spiritual beings, as are you. But you've got a team swimming with you towards the light, guiding you. They're leading her to the light. You're being guided. You can trust that. If there's a lack of clarity right now, it's because you're not supposed to have the answer just yet. You're being asked to focus on yourself, focus inward, focus on your own stability and power. The answer will come at the right time. And this card and all the other cards are telling me that a positive outcome is guaranteed for you. Just keep going, keep swimming. Trust. Everything's working out. So hopefully this resonated for you. If it did, give the video a like, comment, share, subscribe, all of that good stuff. And we'll see you in the next one. This was fun. Bye. Hey, Pile 2. So you chose the Loan Tarot with the fire agate here. Thanks for joining me for this pick card. It's my first one, so I'm excited. It's fun. I had fun with Pile 1, so let's see what message Spirit has for you right now. Okay. I'm already seeing the color green, so we'll see what that's associated with. Whoa. 6 of Wands, 8 of Wands. Oh my goodness. King of Wands. Oh my God. 10 of Pentacles. Whew. Holy smokes. All right. Wow. I'm definitely struck by the energies coming up for you, Pile 2. We have 3 Wands cards, which are fire, which is all about passion and divine spark and will and movement and activation and excitement and adventure and recognition and attractive magnetic energy. Like, holy crap. And then, of course, next to the 10 of Pentacles, like, Jesus, oh my God. Wow. Where do I even begin here? So clearly you are in an energy of being seen, recognized, admired. You have a very attractive energy. And if you're not like fully there now vibrationally or in your mindset, like this is something that you're being called to step into. This is something that's within your soul, right? You have a very magnetic, attractive nature that's meant to be seen and recognized, you know, if not by a ton of people, then definitely just like within your own community, within your own, you know, the spaces that you put yourself in. Like, people look at you and appreciate you and admire you for your charisma, for your, just the way that you show up, your personality, the way that you carry yourself, the way that you might dress, you know, whether you're male, female, like if you know, do your makeup a certain way. So yes, on the superficial, like physical front for sure, but just, you know, the wands is energy. So it's like, I'm getting energy. You're really being seen for what you bring to the table. And like, this is allowing you to just take off. Maybe this is a sort of new experience for you, or a new energy that you're just learning to accept or fully come into. But there's this energy of like something taking off suddenly, travel coming through, going places. I'm hearing like you're going places. So if there were ever any doubt about that for you, like, you got eyes on you, baby. You might even have potential suitors like coming your way, multiple people. And this person, like, all these like wands are being directed at her, and she's just like unbothered, like, I'm doing my thing, I'm going my own way. That's cool. She's letting her hair down. Like there's a sunset looking thing behind her, or sunrise maybe. But it's like she's surrounding herself with beauty. I feel like you surrounding yourself with beauty is like the outside reflecting the inside, right? That's incredible. I don't know. I am kind of getting the feeling that maybe some of you who chose this pile, again, I'm new on YouTube, still just, barely anyone's watching yet, but that will change. And I feel like there might be, potentially some question or doubt of like, am I ready to get out there? Am I good enough? Am I hot enough? I don't know. That could be a potential question for what I want to be doing. But it's just like, this is very clear. Like, you got the goods. Whatever you want to be doing, you got the goods. You're meant for this. Creative energy is coming through with the wands here. Fire is creative inspiration, right? King of Wands, extremely attractive, extremely creative and passionate, fiery, opinionated, speaks his mind, says things how they are, admired by many. So you're being asked, like, if you are into creativity, the arts of any kind, music, writing, dancing, performing, whatever, screenwriting, like, you're good at it. People are going to appreciate your talent, your multiple talents. Believe in it. Put yourself out there. Let yourself be admired and seen. Step into this version of yourself if you aren't there yet. Trust yourself. Believe in yourself. Have confidence. Know that you're sexy. Know that you're attractive. You can use that energy in a healthy way. Your sexuality is a gift, right? Again, whether you're male or female. And it doesn't have to be about like getting a person or like hooking up or anything like that. It's just about knowing your divine, sexy self. Like, I don't know, just this whole spread is giving me the energy of like you're being set up for the long term here. Long-term success, long-term stability, abundance, financial well-being. 10 of Pentacles is all about that, like that financial well-being, long-term success, a legacy. This is definitely a legacy card. And next to all these other cards, my God, you are setting up a legacy for yourself in some way. Just, it definitely feels for a lot of you like creative. Or just something you're very passionate about bringing to the table. It's like, this is gonna set you up, baby. And regardless, it's like you're being taken care of financially. If you were doubting that, your abundance, it's like you're gonna be okay. You're being taken care of. Take it how it resonates, but believe, again, just like your own attractive nature, your own passionate, creative, charismatic, powerful nature. Like, believe in your abundance. Believe that you are being set up for happiness, stability. This is also a family card. If you want to have a family, this is saying that you're moving in that direction. of creating a stable, loving family if you are choosing to create a family. It can talk about your existing family. It can talk about an inheritance coming through. It can talk about, yeah, just family money in general. Happiness within the family unit. So this is just all really good. I don't even know how much more I can expand upon that. This is a general reading, so it's not going to be overly specific to you, but hopefully some of this resonates so far. I mean, if you were drawn to this pile, I would assume there was some part of you that is vibrating at this level, which is amazing. So now let us look at the Sacred Rebel Oracle deck, which I will shuffle off camera. What does pile 2 need to know right now, Spirit? Okay. Against the grain. Wow. Okay. So this woman is swimming in her own direction. She's naked. It's funny, there are birds underwater. I can't tell if these are supposed to be underwater or like above the surface flying, but, oh, I see wings here. So I think they're underwater. So you're meant to be going against the grain in some way. That's part of your magnetic, attractive quality that people like, is that you don't do things the typical way. You do things your own way. You don't follow trends maybe in the same way that other people would in order to gain some sort of following or success. You're doing something because that's how you want to do it. And because she's underwater, it's like if you are having emotions coming up, it feels like you're doing a good job of navigating those emotions. And again, with the birds here, it's like you're meant to fly. You're meant to do the impossible, fly underwater. Your path might take you into environments where you might not have seen yourself previously. Unexpected opportunities, unexpected events, life taking you in unexpected places, which is really exciting. Again, this energy of like letting your hair down, letting loose, just be yourself, be naked, strip naked, remove the masks, remove anything that's covering you or hiding you. It's time for you to just be you. Cool. All right, we will get a Untamed Truth card for you. What does pile 2 need to know, Spirit? What does pile 2 need to know? Focus. Whoa. Okay. The camera needs to focus. Yeah, so it's like this is that powerful, like, I have a goal, I'm going for it, I know I can do this, I know I'm gonna hit the target kind of energy. Like, either you already are very focused on what you're calling in and on your path, or you're about to be. You're setting your sights on what's next. And you're using your manifestational abilities, you're focusing your consciousness on that which you want, of that which you know you're worth. And you're fully capable of it. You know, it's just about you utilizing your energy. And with the other cards that were showing up, it's like you don't have to try very hard to get the things that you want. You're already attractive. So, I mean, this is just really powerful. And again, I don't know if I need to expand on that much more. Now we're going to pull a final card, the Angel Answers deck. These are just very straightforward messages, simple. Okay, let's see. What does pile 2 need to know right now, God? Spirit? What does pile 2 need to know right now for their highest good? Okay, that's weird. Unlikely is coming up. Oh, God. Okay, it just hit me. So there's so much light emanating from this being in this card. It's almost like they're on Mount Olympus or something, or they're rising from the ocean, or I don't even know. Yeah, it looks like they're rising from the ocean, which is funny because this woman is coming from the ocean and there's birds flying. So it's like whoosh, coming out and just like shining who you are. It's like you are an unlikely, like your path for you seemed unlikely maybe before as a child growing up. Maybe this version of yourself that you're embodying now, it's like the underdog story. Like you wouldn't have necessarily seen any of this coming, all this abundance, all this fulfillment and joy and shining of your light. Maybe that light was dimmed before. And so all of this that's happening now, unfolding for you now, did feel unlikely at some point. And now it's like this just surprise, this, not even surprise, but just this like culmination of everything that you've gone through, leading you to this like phoenix from the ashes, this like, I did it. Look, Ma, I made it. I did it kind of energy. Almost like if you were looking at your circumstances of where you came from, like you never, like someone never would have thought, okay, that person's going to go and do this. That person's going to be this. They had the odds stacked against them. It was an unlikely win for you. But you're doing it. So Spirit is extremely proud of you. They want you to know. And you're moving mountains here. And I'm also hearing like breaking generational curses, which is incredible. You're doing the impossible because of who you are, because of the power and magnitude of your soul, and in your trust in the divine, in God, in the universe, in source, in spirit, in your spirit guides. Truly incredible. So I'm so happy for you, and thank you for watching, and hope to see you in the next one, okay? Bye. Hi, Pile 3. Thank you for clicking on my video. So you chose the True Black Tarot with the clear quartz here. So we are going to look at what Spirit wants to tell you right now. And I'm shuffling off camera just because it's easier for me to start. We'll see if I end up changing that, but you can hear me, so you know I'm doing it. Okay, well, we have the Destiny card here. I'll show them because they kind of have these words here. Okay. Destiny, we have the Six of Swords. The Page of Swords. Let's move these over a bit. And let's see, what does Pile 3 need to know, Spirit? What does Pile 3 need to know right now for their highest good? Whoa, mama. Too many. What does Pile 3 need to know? There we go. You know, we'll take them both. 2 cards want to come out. You're getting an extra card. Oh, okay, so we have the Tower and the Queen of Pentacles. All right, so you are definitely going through some big shifts right now. That is clear to me with the Destiny card. In other traditional tarot decks, this is the Wheel of Fortune, which talks about change, shifting, energies. things being in flux, but it always is doing so in your favor. So things are working out for you because this is your destiny. There's always a higher purpose to what you're experiencing and going through. God, the universe source, Father creator, Mother creator, whatever you want to call it, it is working on your behalf. It is spinning the tapestry of your path as you go so that things work out for the highest good of yourself and the all, right? However this may look. Sometimes the highest good doesn't always look like what the ego wants it to look like. You know, sometimes it can look like chaos. Sometimes the highest good looks like a breakdown. Sometimes the highest good, you know, this is a very extreme example, but like a death. The universe is, and God is unknowable in its mysterious ways. There's a plan for everything. We don't always understand the plan when we're here on earth in the physical with our egos and our minds and our wounds and our pasts and, you know, all of our emotions, everything that being human involves. We don't always understand the greater plan because it's so much bigger than us, right? But there's a method to the madness is what's coming through. You're moving on from chaos, from difficult energies. This is the moving on card. This is the moving into calmer waters. Before it, you know, it feels like maybe before you were coming out of a phase where the waters were choppy and everything was uncertain. And with the Tower card here, you know, there may have been breakdowns happening. Rude awakenings, I'm hearing. Things ending abruptly. Sudden realizations that trigger you or somebody else. Another person triggering you. So much chaos happening that you have no choice but to leave things behind and move into a quieter, softer space. Know that whatever has been breaking down, did break down, or is breaking down is for the highest good, and it has to happen so that you can move into calmer, stiller waters. It's the universe cracking us open. You know? It's the illusions falling away. It's ego falling away so that we can see clearly. So that we can see truth. And it's all being guided. You have spirit guides with you, and you might think, why would my spirit guides put me through this? Why would the universe put me through this? Again, it goes back to we're being guided the way that we need to be guided in order to move into better energy, more aligned energy, to see a higher perspective, to come into alignment with a higher version of ourselves. Sometimes that old version needs to break down, but it's like you're not alone here. You have this little spirit animal with you, a spirit guide. You know, maybe this breakdown involved loss of money. But sometimes that's necessary in order to start back from the foundation, to start from the bottom and build a more authentic version of yourself, right? Sometimes everything that we had before, everything that we were holding on to, isn't actually in alignment with where we want to be going. So it has to fall away in order to move forward. But with the Queen of Pentacles here, it does feel like you still have enough. You're still being afforded what you need. It's also talking about the universe bringing you, forcing you almost into the present moment, forcing you to be with yourself, forcing you to be with nature, forcing you to notice the little things, forcing you to appreciate everything that you do have, appreciating everything that is supporting you, even appreciating the good and the bad for what they offer you. So even if you're experiencing this breakdown, it does feel like you're coming into it, with a maturity, sort of, in a way. Even though, Page of Swords can talk about immaturity, actually. But maybe you're realizing, also, this is not me calling you immature. But it is. I am talking about an evolution here of consciousness. So this breakdown that the universe is forcing you into is causing you to level up, to go from sort of learning from a sort of childlike, ignorant stage and coming into divine presence within yourself, appreciation, gratitude. This situation is teaching you gratitude for every little thing that you do have. Maybe before you didn't appreciate what you had, and your soul was asking for this breakdown to happen so that you could level up, like I was saying, and appreciate just even being alive, right? If you have a roof over your head, if you're watching this video, you have a phone or a computer and internet service, and maybe things aren't so dramatic. Maybe this is an internal emotional struggle or a mental breakdown that's been happening. Maybe things around you in your physical reality are okay and you're covered and you're safe. Maybe that this is all just referring to the mental space, because we have the swords here, which is the mental energy. And this is a healing card, healing the mental energy. So maybe, you're just going through an ego death, or you're healing some mental patterns that were not serving you. Or maybe you're coming out of anxiety because you're realizing that the anxiety was coming from an inner child wound or wounds. Maybe you're looking at the inner child more so now, and your current self is stepping in more as the mother role to reparent yourself, to provide safety and comfort for yourself. Maybe that's what you're doing right now, is you're stepping in and being the parent figure. Maybe you didn't feel supported and loved and cared for and seen in the ways that you needed specifically. And so now you're able to do that because, again, the universe is forcing you into this position in a way. There's an intense energy here for sure. So whatever you're going through, I feel for you, and I get it. We all go through that. Like, that's the thing, is like, you might feel alone in this, but everybody goes through this at some point in their own way. It's going to look different for everybody, of course. Someone else's struggle might look like heaven to another person, but it's all relative, and everybody struggles. Everybody goes through breakdowns. Because if you didn't, what would be life really? If life was just static and everything was the same and nothing was changing, then there would almost be no point. Even if things were like good, it's like, if you don't have the peaks and valleys, then you're not really experiencing everything that life has to offer. There are people who have everything you could ever want, and they're depressed because there's nothing going on. You have celebrities who, want for nothing, who've visited every country on the planet, who've done all the crazy things you could do as a human here on Earth, and they're looking for that next thing. They're looking to be satisfied by that next thing because it's never enough. You know, we need change. We need struggle. Sometimes we see, this is just an example, y'all, but sometimes we see celebrities go through intense mental health issues, shall we say, breakdowns, because, well, appearances aren't everything. You know, things could be shit when they have all the money and recognition, fame in the world. But other times, in other specific situations, what I'm feeling is, you know, celebrities could have everything working out for them, and so they almost sabotage their own mental health and their own life in order to create that change and that breakdown, in order to sort of spice things up in a weird backwards way. My point being with that is, it's not recommending that you do that, but it's just to give perspective about the things that we go through and how they make life more interesting in a way, and how they make the good times that much better. So I definitely feel like gratitude is coming through for you as a practice right now. Gratitude, stillness, presence, trusting that everything that you're experiencing is feeding into the greater plan of your life, even though that you might not want to hear that. I don't think many people want to hear that. But it's all leading to something that maybe you can't see right now. So let's pull a Sacred Rebel Oracle deck, Oracle card for you. See who wants to come up. We're gonna pull a couple more cards after that. And woo. Okay, what you want wants you. So there's a light at the end of the tunnel. There's a light that's guiding you through this evolutionary process that you're in. And the reason why the breakdown is happening once again is because you're wanting something else and it wants you. So it's like, okay, well, you want this, the old stuff has to go. And that clearing process is rarely comfortable. Believe me, I know. So many of us go through the same thing when we're evolving, when we're shifting. Change is not fun a lot of times. It can be exciting for sure, and there can be presence and gratitude within that process, which I think is what's being asked of you. And many of us, we get that reminder for sure. But there's just, you're being guided to what you want. So trust. It is working out. It is working out. The divine has a plan. This is confirmation of that, okay? And again, you can watch a video of somebody telling you this, but to feel the feelings is a whole thing altogether. So go through your process and feel everything, because I get it, I really do. But just know that, or just receive that there are things beyond our awareness that are happening for our benefit, and things are always able to get better, you know? So now we're going to pull a Untamed Truth card for you. What does my pile 3 want to know? What do they need to know? Whoa, that flew. Ooh, imagination. It's funny because that Tower card had an eye behind that person's head, and there's an eye right here. So clearly there's a perspective that you're gaining right now. And I think you are receptive to seeing something in a different way, to seeing your situation in a different way, which is probably why you're watching a tarot reading to begin with, because you're open to receiving that insight, that guidance, right? That new perspective. And with all the colors, it's like it's making me feel like your life is colorful. It's not boring, you know? If there's anything to even stop and appreciate, it's that you're living a story. And you can witness this and observe it and kind of step back and be like, "Oh my God, I'm like living in a movie right now," or "I'm living a crazy experience right now." Or, you know, it's just kind of like seeing the colors around you, seeing the colors in your situation, appreciating the colors in your situation. And also use your imagination to to feel into this energy, that it does get better, that there is something brighter ahead, that what I want is coming. It's like use your imagination, your inner eye, to tap into that new energy instead of purely focusing on the shit around you. Focus on what you want, what feels good, what would feel better. It can be difficult. I'm not saying it's not a challenge sometimes, because I really do feel that. But there is always a ray of light if you look for it. There is always a silver lining if you look for it. And to see yourself beyond the situation, to see yourself as sort of transcending the situation. I don't know, watching movies or shows or reading books or comics or playing video games or something that can, where you can transport yourself a little bit into a different frequency, into a different energy that feels good to you, that does feel helpful. For some, those things can be an escape, but it's like maybe you need a little bit of an escape from the chaos to kind of calm your nervous system and show you a different energy. Right? Because the energies that we invite in and that we engage with and interact with, we invite more of that in. So it feels like definitely do that in a positive way. I'm not telling you to go watch a bunch of like horror slasher movies or whatever. You can if that really makes you feel joyful, but that's more what it's about, is tapping into something exciting and joyful and interesting and compelling and all of that. So there's that. We are lastly going to pull a angel answer card for you. These are very straightforward, simple messages. And let's see, what does pile 3 need to know, Spirit? That wants to come out. If you believe. Wow. Yeah. So much of your experience is based on your beliefs right now. I can even feel like maybe this message, it's like it might rub the wrong way a little bit, because it's acknowledging the issue in a sense. But this is just such a strong reminder that there's light. There's light all around this person, and there's angels around. You are guided. You are surrounded by your spirit team, whether you believe it or not. But if you believe, you can actually tap into that feeling, that energy, and you can feel that support. And, you know, your belief allows you to feel your connection with the divine, to feel your connection with the higher potential possibilities in your future. Believe that things can get better. Believe in the light, and that will become part of your experience, because your experience is based on your beliefs. The old things that are breaking down right now for you, those were facilitated by beliefs you had at one time. It could have been a very long time ago that brought those situations in. You know, self-worth, believing that we can't get anything better. But it's like now you're starting to see that you can get better things and experiences from life and from people, from relationships. So yeah, just if you feel like you don't believe, if you feel like you don't have faith and don't trust that things can get better, then that's your first step, right? Your first step is to work on your perspective. And you can do that by watching YouTube videos, with positive affirmations, or spiritual people talking about, positive thinking. There's so many different ways to go about it, and there's so many different people online on different platforms. Instagram, the holistic psychologist is someone I can think of on Instagram who talks about reprogramming your mind out of childhood wounds and shame and unworthiness and into healing, right? So just examine your beliefs, the way that you speak to yourself in your mind. It all stems from that. How do you speak to yourself? What is the tone in your own mind? What is the energy frequency in your own mind? If it's harsh, if it's negative, if it's, nothing's going to work out, oh shit, I'm screwed, I'm fucked, whatever, excuse my language, then that's not supporting you moving into the light, right? You want to start from the source, which is you. You are the source. So things are going to get better. They are. And I really appreciate you watching this video. And I know it was intense, but hopefully some of it resonated for you. And hopefully we'll see you in the next one, okay? Thank you so much. Bye.